everyone, this is Joey from JLD Travels, coming back with my next video in our new little mini series of my airline reviews. So without further ado, we're going to jump in and continue off where we were last at, where we were in Manila Airport and had an extremely long layover there of about, I think it was just shy of 11 hours. And it's one airport I have to admit that I'm going to do my best to try and avoid going forward, because once we landed in Manila after coming in with Scoot, there was a gentleman that had been following me around in Changi in Singapore, and I was kind of stuck waiting around because he was following me around and stuff at Manila Airport as well. And it was a bit of a nightmare because he decided to book his flight and not having an outbound flight and hadn't gone pre-planned with obviously what he was hoping to do, and he hadn't gone there with any kind of visa or anything like that, so that was just an absolute nightmare, and I was stuck with his luggage until he eventually figured something out so they would actually let him into the country. Then I was finally free to go and wander around and stuff, and it was starting to get quite late at night, so then I went round to Terminal 3. No, because I think I landed in Terminal 3. I either landed in Terminal 3 or I went round to Terminal 3 because that's where the majority of the shops and places to eat and things were, so I wandered round there just to sort of like pass the time, but I had to keep sort of going outside for a bit of air and then actually going off site of the airport if I wanted a cigarette, because they have this really stupid rule with not smoking, even though I've seen security guards smoking on site. So it's clearly one rule for security and staff, and another for passengers who are actually paying to be there. So that was kind of a nightmare, constantly having to keep doing that. But also while I was there, I did pop out and grab a Philippine SIM, which I managed to get registered with that new ridiculous breach of privacy rule, where you basically got to name the SIM card. Sorry, they want obviously your name and everything for the SIM card and whatnot to register it and everything like that, and it wants to know like your passport details and everything else, which is such an invasion of privacy because they already get enough out of us as it is. But that all said, the experience at the airport was no different to how it's always been there. Highly disorganised. People there just don't really want to help. They're not helpful, which is highly unlike Filipino people as a general rule, because as soon as you go outside of the airport, like the security staff, like upon entering and exiting the airport, are absolutely lovely. The drivers that drive the free shuttle bus around the airport, they're fantastic. Really, really nice and polite, friendly, and so I literally just kept doing that, constantly going out, going back in. I stopped for some food at McDonald's, picked up a few bottles of water because obviously it was quite hot when we arrived, and it was just literally just watching things on my phone just to pass the time, messaging lovely just to let her know what was going on and everything like that, and then played a bit of Pokemon Go. That was literally just to pass the time. Then it came time to go and drop off my bag. Just typical with flying to Cebu Pacific. This went down really, really slow. It was quite, I'd say probably took about a good 20 to 25 minutes to get through to drop your bag off. But once you got to the counter, the staff were absolutely lovely. They were really polite, really nice. Can't fault the staff. That they're doing the best they can with it within such a dysfunctional airport. And yeah, so then obviously it came to that point where we're ready to board the flight, and the flight number for this one was SJ655. Well, it might be 5J655. Either way, boarding was fairly prompt. Obviously, as you can imagine, priority went to obviously priority people and people that needed assistance onto the flight, and parents with children, so they went on first, and then obviously everyone else in economy got allowed to board. That all went fairly promptly. Filipino people don't stick around when they're boarding a plane, that's for sure. When it came down to leg room, wasn't overly fantastic, but then with Cebu Pacific in general, their economy class don't give me overly great leg room anyway, so that was expected. But then once upon boarding the actual plane, the stewards and stewardesses were absolutely lovely, gave you a great welcome onto the plane. They were very attentive. Uh, this side of it, I can't fault Cebu Pacific at all. Their customer service was fantastic. They're always coming around, checking, see if everyone was okay. They had drinks and snacks trolleys pop round, I think 2 times during the course of the flight, because it was only an hour flight from Manila to Tacloban City. The pilot came on to obviously let us know where we were and everything else, because being a budget airline, there was no obviously like screens or anything like that. I think it had Wi-Fi, but it was really expensive, so I didn't really bother looking into that. The seat itself, the plane was clean. I didn't. There wasn't much turbulence on the way there, but it was only an hour flight, so got some great views of leaving Manila, and obviously coming into Tacloban, there's so much green, and obviously there's a lot of water and sea and things like that to see, and like you see lots of like people fishing, and it was just such a beautiful view coming into Tacloban City. But then coming into Tacloban City Airport, that is such a beautiful little airport. It runs so smoothly, and it's like a country wild today. I know they don't have as many flights coming in, and they don't really do. I don't think they deal with international flights. It's literally just internal flights from other local major airports. But things just run like that. There's barely any waiting. That the staff there were fantastic. They were very polite. They were very welcoming. And you had like this little bit outside that you could go and sort of sit under and grab a drink and grab something to eat, if obviously if you wanted to. And yeah, I just love that little airport. It's just so nice, and it's just kind of, it's that bit to know that you finally got to where you want to be, and just knowing that obviously you're just literally a short taxi or motor ride from seeing the person that you love, seeing the woman that means absolutely everything to you. And it's just kind of like, after I get that, I have to sort of stop for a cigarette or two to sort of like compose myself, because I'm just a mixture of just like being tired and just like so like excited, and it's just a really weird mixture of like feelings, just knowing like I'm this close to finally seeing her again. And yeah, so literally I just wasted a bit of time there having a couple of cigarettes, grabbed a bottle of water, and then got myself round to, which is kind of now our meeting point, which is where we first ever met. It's literally outside of Tacloban Plaza Hotel, and that seems to be now our meeting point, which is kind of cool. So yeah, so literally I think it took about 30 minutes, between 30 and 40 minutes to get round to Tacloban Plaza Hotel. Had a little bit of a wait for her, and just constantly like looking around, looking for her, and it's just kind of really strange. Just kind of know that you're back, because I had this guy that would always like ask for money and stuff whenever I was like sort of outside the hotel having a cigarette after we first met, and just like every time since then, he just seems to recognise me, even though that I've drastically changed how I look, and I've cut my long hair away. I've got rid of my beard a little bit, and yeah, to be fair, I need a bit of shave today. But yeah, just that experience as a whole, just knowing that I was finally there, And then obviously wasn't that long after that she showed up, and we went off and went back to Nanny and Tata's house. So yeah, that was really awesome. That was the journey from Gatwick all the way to Tacloban City. Took a lot longer than normal, so I'm looking at other ways to this time to get to Cebu City Airport. I think this time Mactan International. But that's my reviews of Cebu Pacific. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you like what you see and would like to see more, please don't hesitate to check out all our other videos on the channel. Be sure to like, comment, rate, and subscribe. And we'll catch you in the next one, guys.